They tried so much in Lagos, and then they had a pushback. Now they want to move to Ogun. Tomorrow they'll move to Oyo. And the guy that spoke before me, I would really feel like you people should tone down on conspiracy theorist mindsets. If you know the status and the means that God has blessed people that are in Yoruba Rono, you will understand that those are not the kind of people that can be bought. I'm not the kind of guy that can be bought. Are, Obìnrin Àkànṣe, Rock, those are not people that
Bunker, you
can be
were not
bought.
bought, but they
If,
appeal to the ones that could be bought, appeal to your own higher self of your fight, and you joined them. You
no,
joined them.
this was a,
You possibly were not bought, but
however,
some
this was
people were
a,
paid to have a campaign against personality, not message, and you bought it. So if those people can get somebody like you to buy it,
that's not the
then there's a
Yoruba
problem.
Rono.
There's a problem.
That's not,
And also, before you
that's
go
not.
forward, I don't like this attack of obedience because I followed you guys to do that nonsense
No,
during the election, and I
wait.
want to
No,
categorically
I
say,
will let him
no. I
finish.
want to say I don't want to
Let
hear
him finish.
nonsense because I
I
don't want
will
make people wait be say
answer
I dey follow you and go
him.
come say
Oh
no.
my
Just make
God.
I clear
You
them.
destroy the whole thing
Anybody,
now. I
no,
won't
make I
answer
clear them.
him.
I'm not following them for that nonsense anymore. I follow them to do that nonsense during election. Oh, Igbos should want to take over Lagos. Oh, Igbos are after Lagos. I dey follow them. I dey shout say, oh, protect Lagos. On top waiting. Am I a mad person? I apologize to you people. Obedience. Nigeria is for everybody. If you want to, anywhere you want to, that your money is, you have the right. Anywhere you are living, you have the right. You are Nigerian. This is my own position now. My position has shifted. I will not follow anybody to come and be fighting for Yoruba, for then a group of people to come and be insulting me. No.
But how
She felt like, that's why I thought we all agreed that it's only anybody that has any connection with Igbos. Like all of you who have Igbo parents, Yoruba parents, I thought we were doing it. So you do it to me too. If I say truth, I'm not doing it again. No, I'm not doing Ronu again. I'm not doing any Ronu again. Which kind of Ronu is this? I apologize to you, obedient. Okay, I will never do this anymore. I'm not joining them to do all this. Igbo want to take this. Igbo, because they reminded her that she's not fully Yoruba in their own eyes. And that's why it is. Bunch of lunatics. That's the part, okay? The other part is that of, we don't do elections, oh. Sharply, the same day, we don't know the winner, oh. My dear brethren, Templars, winner don't know himself, loser don't know himself. Sharply, loser don't pack out, winner don't move in. They no set up committee, oh. Inaugural committee, the Friday Jumat prayer for inauguration prayer, Sunday Thanksgiving prayer. They no do a presidential dinner committee. They no inauguration list will be like about 10,000 people. Which kind of country be this? The person that lost just called his wife, my dear. That's it. The Uber will be here by 4:15, and I need to give my speech, okay, by 4 o'clock, and say goodbye to British people. So you need to pack all your stuff, okay, and then we can leave. That's it. 24 hours before then, he was a prime minister going into a general election. So many factors now. This is not just all of that factors now. He was going into an election, incumbent. After 14 years of a conservative government in the UK, everything crumbled with a landslide for Labour Party. I'm coming back to that part where Peter Obi was like, vote for Labour Party in the coming election. Or more, Ronukus run mad. Even some obedient, they've gone crazy. Why would you say that? This is not Kiniko. Others started quoting what Richie Sunak said when Nigerians, they were supposed to be happy that they have elected a new president. They were in money mood because they were robbed and they were threatened. If anybody try anything, the military will kill them. The UK, Richie Sunak, America stayed away. Even Joe Biden that wanted to meet with him on the side of whatever they went for in India or so, right? He had to run away. They had to quickly say, Omonomitamo. But you, Richie Sunak, you are not so politically conscious as the prime minister. You are so insensitive that you quickly use your platform on Twitter. To congratulate a drug dealer, congratulate a certificate forger, election rigger, the one that the EU election observers said is the worst. They actually gave their verdict. Abeti Bagbe, you don't forget. UK team were in Nigeria. They said the election was a sham. You, Rishi Sunak, Prime Minister of the UK, UK will continue to work with blah, 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 blah. So now, so the war started. Anyway, once they said the Uber is outside, and Richie had just 15 minutes, this was what happened after. Richie leaving, here, coming.
Good morning. I will shortly be seeing His Majesty the King to offer my resignation as Prime Minister. To the country, I would like to say first and foremost, I am sorry. I have given this job my all, but you have sent a clear signal that the government of the United Kingdom must change, and yours is the only judgment that matters. I have heard your anger, your disappointment, and I take responsibility for this loss. To all the Conservative candidates and campaigners who worked tirelessly but without success, I am sorry that we could not deliver what your efforts deserved. It pains me to think how many good colleagues who contributed so much to their communities and our country will now no longer sit in the House of Commons. I thank them for their hard work and their service. Following this result, I will step down as party leader, not immediately, but once the formal arrangements for selecting my successor are in place. It is important that after 14 years in government, the Conservative Party rebuilds, but also that it takes up its crucial role in opposition professionally and effectively. When I first stood here as your Prime Minister, I told you the most important task I had was to return stability to our economy. Inflation is back to target, mortgage rates are falling, and growth has returned. We have enhanced our standing in the world, rebuilding relations with allies, leading global efforts to support Ukraine, and becoming the home of a new generation of transformative technologies. And our United Kingdom is stronger too, with the Windsor Framework, devolution restored in Northern Ireland, and our union strengthened. I'm proud of those achievements. I believe this country is safer, stronger, and more secure than it was 20 months ago. And it is more prosperous, fairer, and resilient than it was in 2010. Whilst he has been my political opponent, Sir Keir Starmer will shortly become our Prime Minister. In this job, his successes will be all our successors, and I wish him and his family well. Whatever our disagreements in this campaign, he is a decent, public-spirited man who I respect. He and his family deserve the very best of our understanding as they make the huge transition to their new lives behind this door, and as he grapples with this most demanding of jobs in an increasingly unstable world. I'd like to thank my colleagues, my cabinet, the civil service, especially here in Downing Street, the team at Chequers, my staff, CCHQ, but most of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to my wife Akshata and our beautiful daughters. I can never thank them enough for the sacrifices they have made so that I might serve our country. One of the most remarkable things about Britain is just how unremarkable it is that 2 generations after my grandparents came here with little, I could become Prime Minister, and that I could watch my 2 young daughters light Diwali candles on the steps in Downing Street. We must hold true to that idea of who we are, that vision of kindness, decency, and tolerance that has always been the British way. This is a difficult day, at the end of a number of difficult days. But I leave this job honoured to have been your Prime Minister. This is the best country in the world, and it is thanks entirely to you, the British people, the true source of all our achievements, our strengths, and our greatness. Thank you.
And in fairness to him, right, in fairness to the conservatives, even though a lot of people disagrees, because mostly that's why you have the election that way, I have seen through the recovery of the economy, I have benefited from it. I have seen it gone so high enough that a lot of people couldn't really cope. The cost of crisis, the cost of living crisis. And I've seen a lot of, I've seen tremendous changes in that aspect. But there has been so much fallout in other areas too, right? So the average British here in the UK, to them, the the upsurge of illegal immigration or illegal immigrants, and at the same time, using the sizable portion of the country's resources to care for these illegal immigrants, that's to the average British here. Then putting up a project that you want to export people to Rwanda, something that British population are so much against. So they went for a general election. Richie had to go, not just himself, other big shots of Conservative Party. They also had to lose their seats. It was a slaughter. Man, okay, landslide. Here is our own new Prime Minister. Now I wasn't in this country 14 years ago, but there were those who were here. To them, you don't understand what UK was. Yeah, Labour Party destroyed this, they destroyed that and that. And I kind of believed that. I never lived during that time. So some of them are kind of like, Labour Party will increase taxes, Labour Party will make life worse. I was like, oh my, life done tough already. All of us just brace up. Yeah? Just like you should know, it is just the change of mask. Not the change of the personnel behind the whole thing. Though, there could be some good thing about them, Abby. Here is our new Prime Minister of the UK. Continuing from where Richie stopped. It's a long watch.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. His name is Keir Starmer.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I have just returned from Buckingham Palace, where I accepted an invitation from His Majesty the King to form the next government of this great nation. I want to thank the outgoing Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. His achievement as the first British Asian Prime Minister of our country, the extra effort that will have required should not be underestimated by anyone. And we pay tribute to that today. And we also recognise the dedication and hard work he brought to his leadership. But now our country has voted decisively for change, for national renewal, and a return of politics to public service. When the gap between the sacrifices made by people and the service they receive from politicians grows this big, it leads to a weariness in the heart of a nation, a draining away of the hope, the spirit, the belief in a better future, that we need to move forward together. Now, this wound, this lack of trust, can only be healed by actions, not words. I know that. But we can make a start today with the simple acknowledgement that public service is a privilege and that your government should treat every single person in this country with respect. If you voted Labour yesterday, we will carry the responsibility of your trust as we rebuild our country. But whether you voted Labour or not, in fact, especially if you did not, I say to you directly, my government will serve you. Politics can be a force for good. We will show that. We've changed the Labour Party, returned it to service, and that is how we will govern. Country first, party second. Yet, if I'm honest, service is merely a precondition of hope, and it is surely clear to everyone that our country needs a bigger reset, a rediscovery of who we are, because no matter how fierce the storms of history, one of the great strengths of this nation has always been our ability to navigate a way to calmer waters. And yet this depends upon politicians, particularly those who stand for stability and moderation, as I do, recognising when we must change course. For too long now, we've turned a blind eye as millions slid into greater insecurity. Nurses, builders, drivers, carers, people doing the right thing, working harder every day, recognised at moments like this before, yet as soon as the cameras stop rolling, their lives are ignored. I want to say very clearly to those people, not this time. Changing a country is not like flicking a switch. The world is now a more volatile place. This will take a while. But have no doubt that the work of change begins immediately. Have no doubt that we will rebuild Britain with wealth created in every community, our NHS back on its feet facing the future, secure borders, safer streets, everyone treated with dignity and respect at work, the opportunity of clean British power cutting your energy bills for good. And brick by brick, we will rebuild the infrastructure of opportunity, the world-class schools and colleges, the affordable homes that I know are the ingredients of hope for working people, the security that working-class families like mine can build their lives around. Because if I asked you now whether you believe that Britain will be better for your children, I know too many of you would say no. And so my government will fight every day until you believe again. From now on, you have a government unburdened by doctrine, guided only by the determination to serve your interest, to defy, quietly, those who have written our country off. You have given us a clear mandate, and we will use it to deliver change, to restore service and respect to politics, end the era of noisy performance, tread more lightly on your lives, and unite our country. 4 nations standing together again, facing down, as we have so often in our past, the challenges of an insecure world, committed to a calm and patient rebuilding. So, with respect and humility, I invite you all to join this government of service in the mission of national renewal. Our work is urgent, and we begin it today. Thank you very much.
That's it. That's swearing in. That's a change of government. Everybody back to work. They don't have to buy new furnitures. Okay. They don't have to renovate the number 10. No. All they need to do is just like, it's like an hotel, hotel room. You can pay for a month. You can pay for a day, a night. And you can pay for a year. Do you know that? But in this case, the public pays. Okay. So they don't pay. They live free. So the moment they tell you that, hey, your rent is over, just pack your bag and leave. They'll clean the whole place up and tidy the whole thing, change the beddings and all of that. That's it. The new prime minister moves in. Everybody takes their rooms, takes their own apartment in the place. And if he has to get out of that building, the prime minister is out there in the garage. They drive it into the front of the front door, and he hops in and goes on and go and do his work and come back saying, that's it. So why can't you have that in that contraption? Maybe UK is too far. Ladies and gentlemen, in Kenya, yesterday, the Kenyan president, you have seen that, Abi, that he considered closed 47 agencies. Some parastatals were also shut down. The travel allowance, whatever, international travel for politicians removed. Politicians have been barred from making donations to churches or anywhere anymore. If you see any church collecting donation from politicians, they are committing wahala. They are looking for trouble. So yesterday, Ruto was finally brought onto a Twitter space where Kenyans were speaking directly to him, speaking directly with him. And it was right there all through. But the real news about it is that I'm not sure even only me. I promise that out of the 148,000 people listening to that conversation yesterday all over the world, alone, 40% of them are from Nigeria. They were just there like, Now, president, they meet people like this in Africa. Some are even saying that, where is Tifnumbu? Can Tifnumbu even like have a chat with you like this? Can you even say your mind to Tifnumbu like this? Ruto has made so many concessions, but Kenyans are not really being, this Gen Z are not being kind of persuaded. I'll take you to that conversation. I want you to listen to this. One of them was sharing their experience in the hands of the Ruto's goons who kidnapped, targeted, profiled, protesters. They kidnapped them. They didn't take them to station and all that. Listen to this. This is them telling Ruto, you are a liar.